Hey everyone, and welcome back to What's the Buzz with B. So it is a little over midnight, um, but I decided to kind of do this video because I really wanted to address a lot of things that I feel like I couldn't cope with as a mother. So this video is mostly about what I personally went through after giving birth to now my 2-year-old daughter. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of like go over or like talk about things that women go through, and everybody has a different way of dealing with it. But I guess like I kind of want to center this in more for my type of culture and how I had to deal with a lot of things um, after giving birth. So, yeah, the setting I'm in, I'm obviously in my pajamas, so don't judge me. And the setting I'm in, I'm actually in my daughter's playroom. So, yeah, as you can see, it's a lot going on here. I am in her playroom, so it's a little crazy in here. I want to try to show you guys what exactly I am doing in here. I don't know if I can, let me see, maybe I can just flip it. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm in our playroom. We are actually doing a lot of remodeling in our house, in the home we're in right now. So, you know, sorry for the shakiness. I'm trying to film this while the camera's in my hand. Um, but yeah, so as you can see, her room is not all set up yet. So we are just trying to fill everything in and kind of like decorate the room. And then it'll officially be her room. So, yeah, I've been filming my last couple of videos in this room because sometimes this is kind of where I can get away while the chaos is happening out there in the other parts of the house. So, yeah, I just wanted to kind of like talk about what as a mom, as a new mom, and how like in my culture it's really hard to be a new mom. There can be so much pressure, and it's not as easy as everybody thinks it is. I have a lot of friends that are new moms, and they made it look so effortless that to me it was kind of like, wow, like I wanna like have like 3, 4 kids if it looks this easy. Um, but yeah, now I just had my firstborn, and I'm just kind of like, everything that I went through was just so overwhelming, and it was so difficult. So I really just want to kind of go through, talk about what I went through and kind of tell you, in conclusion, like I just want to put it out there, like you guys are not alone. Um, Trust me, I hope nobody went through or goes through the situations that I have gone through, but I definitely know as my daughter is growing up, I can tell her and one day maybe even show her, like with this video, that hey, look, like raising you was amazing, but it also came with a lot of difficulties. Not per se with her, but definitely with family and just everything that in general I was going through. So yeah. Um, so first I want to talk about is, the whole after birth and bringing the baby home. So I was in the hospital for 3 days because I did have an emergency cesarean section, which wasn't what I wanted. But at that time, I did change my gynecologist. I changed my doctor now, but at that time, the doctor that I had kind of didn't give me a choice. Whereas now I've learned that there you always have a choice. So, ladies, if somebody or a doctor comes in and says, hey, look, we got to do an emergency C section because of this or that, tell them to try. Be like, I understand what I'm risking. Obviously, don't risk the health of your baby, but there is a point where they'll be like, all right, look, you know what? we won't do the C-section. There is. So, try to push for that regular birth, that natural birth, and see what happens. If it's a no, it's a no, but you gotta ask them the question. You gotta let them know. So, yeah, I was in the hospital for 3 days postpartum, and it was just the most painful experience. I can definitely say, like, having a C-section was really difficult on me. And then, the first day you're in the hospital in recovery, you're just like, what? They're only going to keep you 2 days, and you're just like, I can't do this. Like, I need to be here for like a week. I need somebody to help me. But the hospital I was in New York, they're amazing, and I definitely go back and have all my kids there. Um, so it's New York Presbyterian. So if anybody is interested, like, that is a really good hospital, New York Presbyterian, Flushing. Um, yeah, so I just was like, this is not happening. But 3 days passed, and I was ready to be released and take my newborn baby home. Um, and at that time, I was staying at my mother's. So the first couple of nights, me and my husband, and you know what, I gotta give it out to him. Like, he is an amazing person. Like, just, I can't even explain how much my life is easier because I have him. Yeah, and we were just in my mother's house, and we were in their, guest room, and I'm just like, this baby won't stop crying. Like, she literally slept from probably 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. And then she would take naps in between from then. And when it's time for bed, like when we're all tired out, it's 10 p.m. and we want to sleep, she cried, guys, all night. She had colic. So while all this was going on, I didn't get any sleep. My parents helped as much as they could, but they are elderly. And I was like, you know what, as a new mom, I want to do this. I want to be there for my baby. I want my baby to know I held her all night long. Same with her dad. And I didn't realize that I wasn't really taking care of myself between that time. And don't forget, I got a C-section. I went through depression. And never in my life did I ever think that I would have depression. And, you read about it, your doctor tells you about it, and you're just like, oh, I'll be fine, I'll be fine. I mean, come on, women 50 years ago, 60 years ago, they went through natural birth, and it's just nothing happened. Like, they were fine, and they took care of 8 kids altogether. Maybe times have changed, maybe it is different now, but I severely hit depression, and I didn't even realize that it hit me. There were times in a day where I would just literally cry. Like, I would hold Isa and I would just cry and cry and cry, and I just wouldn't know why I'm crying. So, and there was a lot of times where I was just really angry at my husband for no reason, and and like I said, thank God for him, because he didn't know what I was going through. He couldn't have. But he, for some reason, he just understood, and he just never fought back with me or said anything that would personally hurt me. So, it was just really difficult. As weeks went by and as I was a couple of weeks old, it was time for me to go back to our home in Jersey, because my in-laws were coming back from our country in Bangladesh. And it just hit me like I'm leaving my parents' home with a newborn. My husband's going to start his regular hours of work, and I'm going to be in New Jersey all alone with my in-laws. And I don't know why, but the fact of that just like really scared me. Like, I was just like thinking, oh my goodness, like, how am I going to survive this? Like, in being in Jersey just really scared me. For some reason, I was just like, I'm going to be so lonely there, which probably isn't true. It wasn't true because I did have my sister-in-law. I did have, all his family members there. But for some reason, I just kept feeling alone. And I thought to myself, Bushra, get it together. You have a newborn. You're going to go to Jersey. You're going to take care of your baby. You're going to take care of yourself. And, you'll be fine. You just be preoccupied with your baby. And I pushed myself to do that. I went to Jersey and I did exactly that. Soon it was just more like I needed to kind of get out. When we got to Jersey and a couple of days passed, just like for some reason, it was like nobody understood what I was going through. And you can't expect anybody to understand, especially your in-laws, because they're coming from a different time. When they've had kids, it was very different for them. And no matter what, I could not force them to understand what I was going through. So I continued to go through depression. I continued to cry days and days, nights and nights. And it was just a lot of fighting, a lot of, kind of emotional, reckless things being said to each other. And, there, my in-laws and I became very distant. And, I was just like, there was a point where I was just like, I don't care. Like, I don't want to stay here. And I just wanted to take my baby and go. And, people say, yeah, you should talk to your partner about it. My partner knew. He knew. My husband knew exactly what I was going through. And he tried to, be the better person, be the guy in the middle and say, hey guys, look, like we're family, we love each other, let's just get along and, cool it. Like maybe we're having a couple of misunderstandings. Like Bush was really emotional right now and she's going through a lot. But it still did not seep in. And that's when it got worse and it got very difficult. So yeah, then I just took Isa and I stayed with my parents for a couple of weeks. And my parents raised me to always respect, to always talk about things if you feel like they're not right. And it just always speak your mind and be courageous, but not rude. And I was one night, finally as I decided to sleep one night, and I stayed up. Gee, look at that. And all I could think about and kind of recuperate in my mind, like, I'm a married mom. I'm a wife. I'm a caretaker now. So, I need to be Superwoman. And the thought of that was kind of like, maybe I'm doing something wrong or not saying something that I should be saying, and maybe this will help the situation. Um, you know, and I thought, like, why not just talk about it with them? Like, why not just let them know, like, listen, because I'm not doing certain things at home, or I'm not acting a certain way, or kind of sitting down with you for hours and just talking and talking, it doesn't personally mean that I have something against you. It just means I'm a tired mom. I'm a new tired mom. And, that's exactly what I did. Did it help? No, it didn't. But I guess kind of like the outcome of it is like I didn't want to start a fight. Some people in my place, I think, would most likely just get up and leave and say, you know what, I'm cutting ties completely. It's either you like me or you don't. And if you don't, then I can give two hecks about it. And if you do, then you're just going to get along with what I say and what I do. And to be honest, guys, I'm not that type of person. I want to make sure that my daughter grows up in an environment that she knows that everybody loves her. you necessarily don't have to like me, but I want my daughter to know that even if you don't like my mom, I love you because you're my grandparents, because you're my aunt, because you're my uncle, because you're my, you know, cousin. And that's what I want to teach her. For those ladies out there that are having the same issues with family, and you know, you have a lot of things going on with work, and then on top of that you have a child that you're taking care of, you know, please don't give up hope. Just remember that you're the bigger person. And there are days where you're just gonna feel like this is the end. Like, this is the end for you. Like, it's never gonna get any better. Well, guess what? It's probably not gonna get any better. But for you, yourself, it is gonna get better. Probably not gonna get better in the situation that you're in. But you, things for you are gonna get better. And always remember that. Just always remember that you're going to be the person coming out on top. Anything else anybody says to you doesn't matter. It's either they learn to change, you know, if you're learning to change, then so should the other person. And if they are not willing to change, doesn't matter. Because you're the bigger person, because you're a great person, because you're an amazing mom, because you're an amazing caretaker, and because you're an amazing wife or a life partner. And don't ever let anybody take that away from you. I, you know, thought I just wanted to share all that with you guys. And, you know, there's a lot of personal details that I could probably go through on this video and examples, but that's probably going to make this video really long. But if you guys have any questions or comments, or personally want to email me, or need advice, or want to tell me about your situation, you're not alone. You're not a lonely mother. You're not a lonely wife. You're not a lonely partner. Okay? Because us women, we need to stay strong. We need to stick together. And, you know, if y'all would just want to talk, or, you know, just ask me anything, or have any situations where you don't feel comfortable naming yourself, you want to leave it anonymous, email me. You know, my email will be in the description box below. Just let me know. And I'm here to listen to you, and I'm here to talk to you. And this is exactly what my page is about. You know, it's not only about makeup and glam, it's about just giving advice and letting you guys know on situations that I'm going through, because you never know when I'm going to need you. So it's the same way, it goes vice versa. We should stick together, you know? So yeah, if you guys have any comments or questions, please do let me know. Please make sure you subscribe to my video below, and also give it a thumbs up. Because I am filming after 12, and this is only the time when my daughter sleeps and I can do it. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and thanks for giving me your time, and I will speak to you guys soon on What's the Buzz with me. Bye.